Good evening, students. How are you all? Fine. Okay, very good. Students, now is the session of business study. Okay. In the previous session, we had started the new chapter, the scientific management, propounded by F.W. Taylor. Okay. The concept of scientific management has been given by a great scholar of management science who is called F.W. Taylor. Okay, we have discussed something about him in the previous class. Okay, you know what happens in scientific management? Basically, the activities of an organization, the activities of an enterprise are undertaken in a scientific manner with a scientific approach. Okay? How? We shall discuss in detail, a step by a step. You know, students, Taylor has propounded the four basic principles of scientific management. That means the ultimate aim of scientific management, of application of scientific management in an enterprise is to fulfill, is to implement these principles. Okay? What are these principles? You know, the principle number one, the principle of scientific management is harmony, not discord. Science, not rule of thumb. Cooperation, not individualism. And development of each organizational individual up to his fullest efficiency. These are the four basic principles of scientific management, which means these four things can be achieved if the enterprise is managed in a scientific manner. Okay, now let us discuss all these four principles of scientific management in detail, in something detail, one by one. Okay. Let us first understand management as a science, not as a rule of thumb. Taylor says that management is a science, it is not rule of thumb. When we say rule of thumb, then that means what? Rule of thumb here means application of or introduction of the traditional techniques and methods in production and other activities of the enterprise. Okay? The conventional method of management of an enterprise is basically based on trial and error method or hit and miss method, which used to create so many losses and so many wastages. Okay, if the managers have old approaches, old techniques, old traditional methods of performing different jobs of the organization, then always there are possibilities of errors, possibilities of wastage, possibilities of duplication, and finally possibilities of failure. So Taylor has suggested to introduce a scientific approach in the organization and to use the new techniques, new methods, and new ideas for undertaking different activities in a proper way and in efficient way. Okay, Taylor says management is a science, it is not rule of thumb. And when we say management is a science, then it means it is based on the principles of cause and effect relationship. It is based on reasoning, it is based on wisdom, it is based on expertise, it is based on foresightness, and it is based on talents and skills of the managers. Okay, so Taylor says that the enterprise should be managed in a scientific way through scientific approaches, scientific methods, scientific techniques, etc. Okay, so in the view of F.W. Taylor, management is a science, not rule of thumb. So a manager should consider management, or while managing an enterprise should think that it has to be managed in a scientific manner. It is a science. Okay, this is the principle number 1. The second important principle of scientific management is harmony, not discord. As students, it has been observed that always there happens to be a conflict between the employees and the management, between the workers and the management. Okay, in fact, the management and workers both have misconception regarding them. The management thinks usually the management thinks that the workers are the suckers, they do not care of their work properly. And the workers think that management is a bloodsucker, it does not pay up to the standard, up to the mark. So if this kind of relationship is prevailing somewhere between the workers and the management, it will lead to heavy losses and loss of the work, loss of the organization in future. So what should be there? What should be done? According to F.W. Taylor, under scientific management, okay, there should be a harmonious relationship between the workers and the management. Which means what? Which means the workers and management both are indispensable. They cannot survive without each other. The workers cannot survive without the management, and the management also cannot survive without the existence of the workers. Okay, so according to F.W. Taylor, an enterprise should run through mutual cooperation and understanding of the workers and management both. Okay, whenever management plans, okay, the management must ensure participation of the workers also, because the workers have to face the real problems in day-to-day operation of the activities at workshop. So the workers know better what are the actual problems and what are the complications. Therefore, if the relationship between management and the worker is harmonious, then there will be a proper communication, there will be exchange of ideas, and they both can prepare good plans for the organization, and with mutual cooperation they can implement also to achieve the organizational goals and objectives. Overall, Taylor says that there should be harmonious relationship between the workers and the management in order to run the organization for long. Clear? The third important principle of scientific management is cooperation, not individualism. Okay? According to this principle, the employees of the organization, whether they are managerial employees or they are non-managerial employees, they all should work with a team spirit. There should be a sense of cooperation, a sense of belongingness between them as well as among them, and there should not be individualism. That means while working in an enterprise, a person should not think only for his own benefit, but he should think for the benefits of others as well as of the enterprise also. There should be a sense of cooperation. between the workers and the management as well as among the workers. Okay, Taylor states that the management and the workers both should work together with mutual cooperation and understanding so that maximum profit could be generated, and if the maximum profit is generated, then the management and workers both will get larger share of this profit. Okay, thus cooperation is required in an enterprise journalism. The next important principle of scientific management is what? That is development of each and every employee, everyone up to his greatest efficiency. You know, students, it has been observed that the amount of work an average worker usually performs is far less than the amount of work a worker can perform. Why it is so? The organization does not get the full contribution of a worker. You know why? Only because of unscientific approach, only because of unscientific method, only because of unscientific techniques, etc. If the employees and workers are developed up to their full efficiency, then the organization will be in a position to utilize their capability fully for the progress of the organization. Okay, how it is possible? It is possible through training. It is possible through a skills formation. It is possible through infrastructural development. That means by equipping the workers and employees with latest thing, latest technology, latest knowledge, latest skills, we can obtain their full efficiency towards progress of the organization. Right? So here it is suggested that the organization must ensure the development of each employee up to the fullest level. Okay, in this session, students, I have discussed only the 4 basic principles of scientific management. In the coming session, I will start discussing the different techniques given by F.W. Taylor for managing an enterprise in a scientific manner. Okay, so I would like to finish my lecture right now, and thank you very much.